77, planeta Mercurio y el año de la serpiente. Signo patente tatuado y en mi frente que en el vientre de mi madre marcaba el paso siguiente. Nacer llorar sin anestesia en la camilla. Mi padre solo dijo es Ana María. Sí sería el primer llanto que me probaría.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you to those who've answered the question. Hope you all have at least something. Could be something small, but something to look forward to this weekend. If you're in Nearpod, we're going to go ahead and look at the agenda real quick. Let's go to our wheel of names and see who's going to read the agenda to us. Brandy, are you able to read the agenda to us, please?
Welcome back. Today's agenda, The Hill We Climb, Collective Analysis Steer Next Generation.
Cool, thank you. So today is the end of our first little mini unit for this first 2 weeks, where we took some time to just witness all of the history happening before our eyes. And so we're going to take a deeper look at the poem by Amanda Gorman on Inauguration Day called The Hill We Climb. We're going to do some collective analysis, analyze it together, and then you're going to have an opportunity to write to the next generation about everything you're witnessing right now. So the first activity in Nearpod is going to be a little drawing activity. You're going to have 2 minutes to draw. And what I want you to draw is a picture of one hope that you have for the next 4 years in this country. Go ahead and draw. Okay, 10 seconds. Make sure you press submit when you're done. Okay, go ahead and submit. All right, let's take a look at some of these. Diana says no masks, and it looks like no social distancing. Is that right? Nice. Andrea says equality. Brandy, you're starting to draw the flag. Is there anything else you wanted to say there?
Yeah, I wanted to put the pride flag.
Oh, nice. Yeah, not enough time to color it in. Jasmine says all love, no hate. Thank you. Evelyn, lots of stuff here. Do you want to say anything about this?
Yeah, it was just like love and peace and equality between everyone.
Yes, thank you. So this is interesting. Do you want to say anything about this?
I didn't finish. I was gonna say I was kind of trying to like the immigrants that are being locked up, and like I was gonna draw an arrow and draw them free, but I didn't get to finish.
I love that. Release kids from cages and people from detention centers. Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you for these. So what we're going to look at today is Amanda Gorman's speech. So we're going to look at it a little deeper. What I want you to do is open up your week 2 in Schoology tab. And in there, as you can see, you have the slideshows that we used in class, and we have the 4 assignments for this week. I want to remind you that the inauguration and the Trump 1776 Commission assignments, you only had to choose one of those. If you want to do the inauguration one and you haven't yet, you can use the poem that we're going to look at right now to write about for that assignment, if you haven't done that yet. So right now, I want you to open The Hill We Climb. And it should give you the option to open it with Cami. So go ahead and do that. Okay. So as we're listening to the poem one more time, I'm going to give you the option to follow along with the words if you want to on this document, or you can actually watch the performance.
When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast.
One of the things that she uses is called alliteration. Some of you have heard of this before. What it is when you're using the same letter or sound at the beginning of several words that are close together. So an example is Peter Piper picked a pickled peppers. or she sells seashells by the seashore. So using the same sound at the beginning of several words, right? So looking at the poem, there are many, many examples. Here's one example close to the beginning. It says, we braved the belly. I'm going to use green here. We braved the belly of the beast. All right, so she's using the B sound 3 times in that one sentence. So can you go through this document yourself and just highlight any examples of alliteration that you see? Okay, so you can keep looking. As we share out, feel free to highlight ones that other people mention. Feel free to keep highlighting new ones that you find. So let's go. We're going to go to our wheel of names. I'm going to call on someone to share one of the ones that you found. Esmeralda, do you have an example?
I'm not sure if it is one, but basically when she says we close the divided because we know to put our future first, we must put our differences aside.
Can you tell me, is it the first? Oh yeah. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must put our differences aside. Yeah, I mean, I think she probably did use divide and differences purposely, intentionally, and future first intentionally. Right, and obviously she also uses rhyming here, right? Divide and aside. Thank you. Okay, let's see some hands. Who else has another example? Okay, I see Leslie. Go ahead.
Our blunders become their burdens on the second page in the middle.
Yes, love it. Our blunders become their burdens. Thank you. I'm gonna go to the next hand that I see. I see Evelyn.
In the first page, close to the bottom, it says, we grieved, we grew.
Mm-hmm. Even as we grieved, we grew. Good. Anthony.
It's right under blunders become their burdens. It's merge mercy with might.
Great. If we merge mercy with might. Great. Esmeralda, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if it is one, but where she says to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. It's the first page.
Why are you not sure if that's one?
I don't know if it is or it isn't, but it has a lot of C's.
Yeah, and that's all that's what the definition is. It's just as long as there are many words that start with the same letter or sound. This is totally one. Look at this is like a big one. To compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions. Beautifully written sentence. Yeah, we are going to turn this in a minute. The last thing I want you to do with this poem is I want you to find your favorite line. So what's the one line that stands out as your favorite? And go ahead and highlight that a different color. Okay, I'll give you a minute to find the line. And once you find the line, I want you to type it in the chat, but I don't want you to press enter until I tell you to. Okay, so type the line in the chat, but do not press enter. Remember, I need everyone to do this. I want to see everyone's lines. Remember, I give you participation points, whether you're participating out loud or in the chat. Go ahead and type your favorite line in the chat. Let me go back to my wheel of names. Let's call someone to share their favorite line and why that's your favorite.
I think I already said mine before, but I stand by it still because no other line has made me feel this special way. But mine is for there is always light. For there is always light if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. And again, it just basically inspires me to actually be willing to take action in our future and actually be the change and make the change. And I just like for like people here, like whoever's paying attention and who's ever listening, that they can also do it. And necessarily, it's our future, so we should be the ones that take in charge and necessarily technically make the change that we want to see in the world. But yeah, that's it.
I love that. It's a call to action. Totally. And that's the perfect way to end a speech like this, right? With a call to action. Thank you for that, everyone. We can unpack this a whole lot more, but our time is up for today. So go ahead and turn this in with whatever you highlighted. Just press turn in up here at the top. And I just want to show you what your homework is before we head out here. So if you're looking in our week 2 folder, it's the very last thing called My Testimony 2021. And when you open this up, this is going to take you to a Google Doc that's going to allow you to write about everything that you've witnessed in 2021. In just the first 3 weeks, you've witnessed history several times. But you can also go back and talk about 2020 if you like, because of course 2020 was a historic year too. So you're just going to fill in the Google Doc. I want you to write at least half a page, but you're welcome to write more, at least a half a page. And as you open up the document, you're going to see that there's like 3 little blanks that you could fill in. So it starts off with Dear Next Generation. So imagine you're telling your kids about this, or your friends' kids, or whoever the next generation is. Imagine you're talking about what you lived through. Okay, so it says, so far this year I have witnessed history. And you could leave that the way it is. And then in the first set of parentheses, that's where you're going to fill in the blanks. So you're going to describe what you've seen or witnessed so far. Again, anything from 2020 or 2021. Second, I want you to describe how it felt. So just be honest, like, what's your story? How did this feel for you watching history unfold this way? And then third is, what is one thing that you won't forget? Okay. And I encourage you to keep a copy of this for yourself because you are living some historic moments right here. And then, of course, turn it in for me. Any questions on that? All right, everyone. Well, thank you to everyone who participated today. I'll be here if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a good weekend, and I'll see you Monday.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss. Have a good day.
You too.
And weekend.
Thank you.
Miss, I forgot to put my favorite line. Sorry.
I see it in the chat. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, bye, Miss.
Bye.